Thomas's Trackmaster Adventures, making tracks to Sodor and beyond. Here comes Hunter! Reginald's cousin. It was a beautiful morning on the island of Sodor, and all the engines at the superstation were talking about previous adventures they had. I still remember when I took Philip's jet engine and raced all around Sodor with it.
I still remember the day my best friend, Gino, came to Sodor.
I still remember when we saved Reginald from the scrapyard. I remember that too. Also, don't forget the time you saved me from the demon that tried to possess me on Halloween in 2019.
Oh, I'll always remember that.
And don't forget about the time you had a wonky whistle. That I remember too.
Hey Reginald, I have a question. Did you ever have a life before you moved to Sodor?
I honestly don't remember. I've been stuck in that scrapyard for so many years that my time in there washed away the moment before I moved to Sodor.
Just then, Sir Topham had arrived with some special news for Reginald.
Hello, Reginald. I have some special news to tell you.
What is so special, sir?
I heard your cousin Detrick is coming to bring the goods train to Sodor later today. He is also coming to visit you because he hasn't seen you in a very long time.
I remember him.
I want you to treat him with your best behavior when he arrives. Now, if you excuse me, I have some other things to take care of. Goodbye.
Reginald? Who's Detrick?
He is my cousin. I worked with him when I was on the mainland.
So you do remember what happened before you moved to Sodor?
You could thank Sir Topham Hatt for the special information he gave me. So, what was your life like on the mainland? It was very different to my life happening right now in Sodor. My life on the mainland was much busier than my life on Sodor. There were lots more engines working there, and this was when Sodor was still being built. I worked by myself on the mainland for a few years. That is until my cousin Detrick was built, and we basically pulled our good trains together. Sometimes, Detrick got to pull passengers, so that left me to pull the goods train on my own. Me and Detrick even had sheds that were right next to each other, so every morning and night, we would always see each other. Everything in my life on the mainland was perfect, and I didn't want to leave it. But as you know, that all changed when I was bought by Sir Topham Hatt and moved to the island of Sodor. Detrick was very sad to see me leave, but as I was leaving, he said one thing that I thought I would never forget.
I'll miss you, Reginald. I hope to see you again someday.
I hope you too, cousin. And you should know what happened from there.
Oh, Reginald. That's so sad.
I know. It almost makes me tear up every time I think about it. But hey, at least we know that he is coming later today. So that means I'd better get ready for his arrival. I'll be at the washdown if you need me. Okay, Reginald. Hey, Hunter. I wonder if we should get clean too. Besides, it wouldn't be proper if we didn't get clean for a special visit from Reginald's cousin.
I agree with you, Jameson.
Me too.
Okay then, race into the washdown! Left when there's a rusty rivet!
Hey, wait for us.
You don't want us getting left behind!
When Hunter, Gabe, and Jameson arrived at the washdown, they saw Reginald gain the finishing touches on his wash.
All done now, Reginald.
Perfect.
Just then, Sir Topham Hatt arrived at the washdown.
Ah, Reginald, I came to tell you that your cousin is now right on the other side of Vickerstown Bridge. He will arrive at Vickerstown Station very shortly.
Well then, I'd better get going to Vickerstown Station.
And
we
we
Better get a quick wash.
Don't worry, we will meet you there, Reginald.
Okay, Hunter.
And Reginald raced off to Vickerstown Station. When Reginald got to Vickerstown Station, he waited for his cousin to arrive.
He must have stopped to drop his goods train off at the goods yard before coming to see me.
Just then, Hunter, Gabe, and Jameson pulled into Vickerstown Station just in time to hear a whistle they never heard before.
It's my cousin!
Wow, this is one cool looking station. Reggie? Is that you?
Reggie? Yes, Detrick. It is me.
It's been such a long time since I last saw you. So tell me, cousin, what happened all those years after you left the mainland?
Well... Let's just say I had some crazy adventures in my life on Sodor. I'll tell you later, cousin.
Okay, cousin. Anyway, how about you show me around Sodor, Reggie?
I'd love to, but first, I'd like to have my friends Hunter, Gabe, and Jameson learn a bit more about you.
Well then, I'll tell you a bit about my life when I worked with Reginald, as well as some things that happened after you left the mainland. But first, does anyone have any questions for me? I have a question. When did you start calling Reginald Reggie? Oh, that is a moment in my life I would never forget. It all started like any other day on the mainland. I was in my shed waiting for my next job to do, and Reginald was shunting in the yard. Reginald was just about finished when suddenly a workman was talking to a guy on a forklift named Reggie to put some crates over somewhere. Reginald mistook the man and thought the workman was talking to him, so he put the cars he was shunting onto a goods train that didn't need.
I did what you asked, workman.
I was talking to the guy to the forklift, not you.
Oh, my mistake. I will undo my mistake.
But when Reginald went to get the freight cars, they were gone. Reginald was so upset that he just went back into his shed. After he backed into his shed, I said this to him. Well, well, well. It looks like you made a mistake, Reggie.
Oh, stop teasing me like that, cousin.
Well, you better get used to me calling you that, because I just came up with your nickname.
Oh, come on.
And from that day onwards, I started calling Reginald Reggie pretty much for the rest of our lives.
At first, I thought it was kind of annoying, but then I got used to it after a few days.
In all honesty, I feel like calling you Reggie too.
Same with me.
I agree.
And when I thought I would never have to hear that nickname ever again.
Anyway, I will now tell you about a moment in my life after Reginald left. As you all know, I was very sad when Reginald left the mainland. My jobs weren't as fun without him. Not even the troublesome trucks could cheer me up by pushing me down the hill. I say that because Reginald would always be there to stop the freight cars, but when he wasn't there, I would always crash into them. Oh, rusty rivets. There were even times when I would just sit in my shed and think about Reginald instead of doing my work. I would even think about him sometimes in my sleep. They were mostly nightmares, by the way.
Hey cousin, I'm curious. What were the nightmares you had about?
Well, they were about you getting scrapped, Reggie.
Well, I'd like to tell you that I was nearly scrapped once, cousin.
You were?
Yep, but if it wasn't for Hunter, Gabe, and Jameson coming to save me, I would have been scrapped by now.
Well then, it is a good thing they saved you, Reggie.
I was about to say the same thing.
Just then, Sir Topham had arrived to talk to Detrick.
Hello, Detrick. It is a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Anyway, I have a few jobs for you and Reginald. You need to take some cars of slate from the Blue Mountain Quarry to Brendam Docks. Next, I want you to take some cars of engine parts to the Steamworks and the Diesel Works. Then I want you to take some livestock to Farmer McCall's farm. And finally, I want you to take some passengers from Netford to Vickerstown.
I won't let you down, sir.
I won't either.
Then Reginald and his cousin set off to work. Reginald and his cousin worked together all day. They were very happy to be together again, and they even talked about how fun it was.
This is just like old times, cousin.
You said it, Reggie! By the time they were finished with all the jobs, it was nearly dark.
Boy, today was one of the best days of my life.
Mine too, Reggie.
Look, here comes Sir Topham Hatt.
Hello, Reginald. Hello, Detrick. It is nearly time for you to go back to the mainland.
Well, I guess it's time for me to go, Reggie.
Detrick, I don't want to leave you again.
I don't either, Reggie.
Are there any open sheds for my cousin to stay on Sodor?
I am afraid not.
Well then, I guess this is goodbye.
Not until you see me head back over to Vickerstown Bridge. You should have Hunter, Gabe, and Jameson see me leave too, just to make it less sad.
I suppose you're right. I'll be right back.
And Reginald raced off to get Hunter, Gabe, and Jameson. When he came back, Detrick was ready to leave. Okay, Reginald, it is time for me to leave.
Goodbye, cousin!
See you later, Reggie! Promise me! I will come back to visit you again soon!
Oh, I would like that to happen. Or, I could come and visit you.
I would really like that to happen!
I would too.
And then Detrick went over to Vickerstown Bridge and back to the mainland. Reginald? Are you okay?
Of course I am, Hunter. They are just tears of joy. And someday, he will come back to see us again. So long, cousin.